Welcome back everyone to more of our gameplay series of NR 2003, where we're coming off of a Talladega race that was a lot of fun, very refreshing for me, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Now it was refreshing because the Talladega VSR track, as I mentioned in the video, gives me a lot of different outcomes. It seems like every time I do a race there, I get a different style of racing. And in that video, we didn't get near as much 3 wide. So it was a lot of 2 wide, a lot of really having to think about our maneuvers. And we were still able to get inside the top 10, just barely able to make it around that top 10 level. So much fun and so refreshing. So I decided to keep that moving into today's video, where we're going to a very, very different type of track. So if we hop into single race mode, today's race is of course at Dover, but we're going to Dover BR. And what's interesting is, to start with, I did something very similar, which is to take very little practice time working on a setup. I essentially just want something stable and somewhere around mid-pack on speed, because we're going to start from the back. And the idea is to have fun moving as far forward in the pack as we possibly can in the given number of laps. So we got 60 laps here. That's going to be plenty of time if we have the speed, but the question is, how far forward can we make it? Dover is a wide racetrack, but it races very narrow because of corner entries and in particular the corner exits. So running side by side and particularly trying to run 3 wide can be a huge test at this track. Also, something that I saw on this particular screen gave me a good laugh because it brought back some memories. You notice here under the strength, now I always use the manual, but if you use the auto, you take a look here and it says 102%. And it gave me a good laugh because it reminded me that the last time I ran a race at Dover, I was testing some very, very different type physics for the Cup cars, where they had a lot more grip and a lot more speed. So brought back a few memories, but today's race is going to be very different. A lot less grip, a lot more slipping and sliding. Can we move through the field? It's about time to find out.
Drivers, start your engines.
All right, there we go. Engines are fired. We are ready to go, and I'm excited. Dover is a huge challenge for a driver, particularly if you're going to be running in a lot of traffic and side by side. That is so tough to do at Dover. So I probably want to be on the outside as much as possible, because running the bottom, your entry angle is terrible and your exit is worse. Very easy to get the car out of shape here. So let's try this top groove out. But first and foremost, oh, we got somebody pulling out. Oh, easy now, easy. Everybody just pay attention. We're trying to come through here. So yeah, somebody looks like lost an engine right at the very beginning of the race. Talking about fun. No idea who that was, and didn't have time to look.
Inside.
But it definitely mixed things up at the start.
Clear inside.
So yeah, if we're going to go side by side with somebody, then the bottom is probably not the way to do it. You can see everybody sort of stacking up there, mid-corner and exit.
Inside.
Oh wow, I appreciate that. It just
Still
opened
there.
up the gate for me.
Keep high.
Because on the top, woo!
Still there.
Yeah, there we go. Just throwing it in there. Of course, it's a BR track, so we got options on where to run.
Keep high.
And you need them at Dover.
Inside.
Definitely need them here. But you can see, I mean, when you're trying to hug that bottom, it's very fast by yourself. But if you get caught running side by side on the bottom, oh, it's so tricky and so easy to spin the car out. Because you're working that throttle pedal quite a bit here at this track anyway. You're in and out of the gas a lot. But if you're too hard in the gas on exit with somebody to your outside, then that could be a recipe for disaster. Now, right now, I'm liking how this is going. These guys are getting single file on the bottom, and we're just saying thank you very much. And we'll take the outside.
Inside.
And every time I see one of these guys who's running up top slide down in line on the bottom, it just brings an even bigger smile to my face.
Clear.
So let's see what kind of speed we've got here. Right now, things are just getting started. The 60 laps is going to be enough time for these tires to wear, start to lose grip. The question is, how much do they lose grip? How much do they wear? And how is it going to affect our car? It's us versus the AI.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep
Who
digging.
loses the most grip as the tires wear? But right now, not too bad. All right, so things are starting to spread out a little bit. Everybody, of course, is single file a little bit more. I'm still going to hang tight here on in this sort of the middle of the track. Oh, we got somebody else that's off the pace? Seriously? Well, we got 2 in 1 race. Very early. Right here, got a couple of guys up in front of us. So we're running 23rd, so even though we've stalled out for the last few laps and really haven't been able to get past the 23, I can't be upset about that
Stay high.
because we passed a lot of cars in the first few laps of this race.
Clear inside.
So this has been an interesting start to the race, that's for sure. So now it gets me to thinking, how much speed do we have? Where in this field are we going to stack up
20.
as far as speed? I saw a little smoke there from somebody. It looks like the 14. I know the 99's got thoughts here. He wants to be by him.
Car inside.
So if he keeps moving up the track a little bit, the 99's going to try to take advantage of that. I'm going to try to get by them before that happens.
Clear inside.
And again, I am perfectly fine just running this middle.
Inside.
I'll happily take a groove or two up off the bottom.
Clear.
I'm just going to let the car basically go where it wants to. We're going to figure out where this car wants to be, and my guess is the middle of the track is where we want to be. But we'll try this bottom out from time to time just to see how it feels down there.
Keep digging.
But I feel like it's going to be a lot easier on our right front tire if we're running a little bit higher on the track. A little bit easier to get through the corner. Let's see what we got here on the bottom. I mean, they're not running away from me when we're on the bottom, so that tells me we have decent speed for middle of the pack. So maybe we do have enough speed to think about moving forward. Can we think about a top 10 here? The fact that the gates opened up very early on in this race for us and we passed a lot of cars, that could lead to a lot of opportunities down the road as we get to the end of this race.
Car inside.
But now I'm starting to wonder if the top 10, it's seeming more and more possible. The bottom is just, I mean, it can be done, but I'm definitely going to have to use more brake, you know, lift out of the gas earlier, all those types of things. So it's a compromise for sure to get the car down here and try to maintain any amount of reasonable speed.
Car inside. Clear.
43 is holding up
Keep high.
Brad K.
Keep high.
So we're going to try to clear that 43. Because something tells me Brad is faster than he's able to run right now. So we're going to try to take advantage of that and scoot away. I did make some adjustments to the car set, the AI ratings. Didn't touch the track, but I made a few cars and teams faster, gave them some more speed, took some speed away from a few other teams. Nothing drastic, but I did make some adjustments, so we should start to see a few guys maybe running a little better than they have been so far in the series, and then other cars maybe not running quite as good as they had been. Of course, we're approaching a part of the running order that we normally don't get to see. Because we have a very real shot of getting inside that top 10 right now. As long as the AI don't pick up speed relative to us over the long run, then I think we've got a real shot at this. Of course, the other thing that's going to work against us is if things continue to spread out. I see a large group of cars a little farther up, but just immediately in front of us, we've got about a straightaway, maybe not quite a straightaway, and there's only 3 cars in front of us, so that makes it hard to gain spots when there's not a lot of cars around you. But this is new ground for us. We don't get to do this much. Maybe we should send a thank you card to whoever that was that blew a motor at the very beginning of the race, because they helped us out tremendously. Alright, so I lifted out of the gas there on the straightaway because, quite frankly, I didn't want to be on the bottom on corner entry.
Stay high.
I wanted to try to do exactly that.
Clear inside.
The car's behaving quite nicely in this middle groove, so I'd like to stick with that. And who knows, we might try to move up a little bit further than that and just see, maybe dip our toes into that third groove and see what we've got up there. But you gotta love this track and how much you do work the throttle here, particularly as the tires wear. And we're not really into the big time tire wear, but oh, it would be so much fun at a place like this. Once again, I'm out of the gas a little bit because I'm really trying not to press the issue here. I wanted to be able to, there we go, just like that, naturally just get to his outside without forcing it.
Keep high. Clear.
And I definitely didn't want the bottom. If you find a spot on the track where the car feels good, and for me right now, that's the middle groove. And by middle groove, I mean of the 3 grooves on the BR track, the middle is the one I'm referring to. So it's... But yeah, I do kind of want to flirt with that top groove too. Sometimes by choice and sometimes because, well, the car sort of migrates its way up there. But I am not mad about that. Love running higher at this track. Well, that's pretty much any track. All right, so where are we now? We are 12th, okay? Okay, this is much better than I thought. Again, we're definitely sending a card to whoever blew the motor at the beginning of the race. Because normally we'd be spending all this time trying to work our way through. Ooh, halfway home. Okay, so 30 laps down, 30 laps to go. How often do we get to race with Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney? Not often. There's Chase Elliott. Yeah, these are the guys we want to be racing with for position. So now for the second half of this race, the plan is simple. I'm going to try to obviously make passes where we can, but I'm going to try to do it without forcing the issue because I don't want to put the tires in a situation where we just abuse the tires. I feel like we've got enough speed to continue moving forward, but if I have to force it and really overdrive the car, then I feel like we're going to have a penalty for that over the next 30 laps.
Keep high. Clear.
Well, I guess I'm getting my wish from what we talked about with Talladega and having a different style race than I expected there. Well, we're getting the same thing here.
Good job.
I certainly didn't expect to be in the top 10. And I didn't expect it to happen the way it did. So I'll take it. Anything that allows the AI to race a little bit differently is refreshing. And one of these days, I'm really hoping that somebody will figure out how to make these cars run multiple grooves effectively. We've seen it in a few instances in some different games, but if you can put it all together and have a great racing game, physics, graphics, and then say, oh, by the way, our AI are amazing as well. I cannot wait. Somebody's going to make it happen. Just don't know who and don't know when. Tyler Reddick, I can tell you, he's one of them that I gave more speed to. So not unusual to see him running inside the top 10.
Clear.
Let's just top groove feel a little bit. Just sort of dip our toe in there a little bit. And I didn't feel anything up there that would make me say, no, by the way, we cannot ever go up there again. So we're definitely seeing some of the training. This is, for whatever reason, Dover is just a horrible track for that. So you do deal with some of that here. But that's all right. Small price to pay. As you can tell, I'm dying to get higher and higher on this track. It's just, my body is just telling me, we just need to do it. Just make it happen. But I think it's safe to say we got some speed. Now, it's hard to tell on raw speed because, well, right now these guys are just sort of, they have formed that train. But as far as how the race is playing out, I mean, I think we can all agree here. So far, so good. And again, I am not being aggressive at all. I'm just driving the car where it wants to go in the corners and possibly where I want it to go a little bit higher. But certainly not wanting to overdrive. Just floating the car in on entry using very little brake. The brake is essentially just there to get the car pointed. And every once in a while I'll have to use the brake a little bit on entry just to calm the car down. It wants to get a little loose on entry, so if I can use that brake just a little bit to calm the car down so it doesn't over-rotate.
Clear.
All right, we are apparently just outside the top 10.
Clear inside.
All
You're
right,
in
here we
fifth.
go. All right, what are we going to do here with this lap car? All right, are you guys going to go on? What are we doing? Because right now my brain's saying, you know what would be great? 3 wide. Go to the top, 3 wide. So
Outside.
that's the fun part of my brain that's saying, yeah, let's do
Stay
that.
low. That car's a lap down. Stay low. Still there.
So I'm trying to work the bottom
Stay low.
here.
Clear outside. Outside.
Woo. But yeah, this is not fun on
Clear
the bottom.
outside.
It is not fun. This is why the AI are having so much trouble on the bottom. It's not a grip thing. There's plenty of grip down there. It's just that when you're trying to deal with,
That car's a
well,
lap
what is
down.
it, 2 or 3 stories of drop into the corner and then the opposite on corner exit, it's just no fun
Stay low.
being on the inside of another car.
Stay low. Clear outside.
Yeah, you can hear me having to work that throttle even more when we're down on the bottom. And if I don't use quite as much brake on entry, then what just happened there is exactly what happens. I simply slide up to the middle of the track. And that is just fine with me. So once again, I've lost track of what lap we're on. So I'm going to guess we've got about 15 to go. That's just a guess because I have not been trying to keep track. You can see if we're in open air, and not working lap cars, then we're going to be able to get by the 18 and probably the 22. I see some more lap traffic in front though, and that is really going to mix things
Clear.
up. Because now we're inside the top 5. So I think it's safe to say we do have some speed. Whether it's raw speed or not,
Inside.
everybody's gotten lined up here. All right, so now,
Still there.
all right, Joey is, oh, I thought he was going to get to the inside. So I was prepared to go to the top.
Keep high.
Really thought he was going to get to the inside of the 51 on corner entry. But yeah, as long as these guys want to stay around the bottom, I'm perfectly happy with that.
Still there.
You guys just have at it down there.
You're now in third.
Now in third. Boy, I like hearing that. So now I want to know. I've got to know. It's got to be the 24. All right, he's got to be in second place then. All right, we are going nowhere fast here. 3 wide on the top. That's what my brain is telling me. That's what the fun part of the brain is telling me.
That car's a lap down. We got just 10 more to go. Car outside. Clear.
Just 10 laps to go. Okay, I wasn't too far off on my guess. All right, where is the leader? Is the leader up here somewhere? I'm trying to look at the cars as we're going past to see, okay, which ones? Oh, that was not good.
Keep high. Clear inside.
Well, he jumped out of the pack in a hurry.
Keep high. Clear inside.
Needless to say, I was heavy on the brake there, trying to avoid him. Me and the 41, whew, that was a little bit too close for comfort. All right, so where is the leader? Is the leader just gone?
Inside.
Because I'm trying to look at the leaderboard.
Still there. Still there.
And apparently he's just gone. I also noticed that we have lapped up into the mid-20s now, which is astounding to me. I love it.
That car's a lap down.
I love it that we've got somebody who has figured it out and has apparently just run away with this thing.
Inside.
So imagine if this were a real race.
Clear inside.
You'd have one guy out front who apparently is just, there he is, Bowman, just running away with it. He's got a 5.5 second lead
Still there.
over me.
Clear.
Now, what he had over Byron is much more than that. So you got one guy out front dominating. You've got us, we started in the back, and we have run our way through the entire field and now chasing the leader down with less than 10 to go. And now there, you could hear, you can just hear it, what the announcers would be saying. Does he have enough time to get there?
Just 5 more to go.
He's got 5 laps. Can he get there? I mean, could you imagine on TV how this would play out? The announcers would be eating this stuff up.
Car outside. Clear.
And the answer is yes, I'm very much trying to run him down, but I also have to deal with the fact that I don't have as much grip as I might like to have, so... So we're faster. That much I know. But we're running out of time, and there's only so hard I can press this car. But we're going for it. Right now, I really don't want to see the white flag. I don't want to hear 2 to go, 3 to go. I don't want to hear any of that because I need more laps. All right, is the leader in this group?
That car's a lap down. Just 2 to go.
Is that him up? Oh, that's him. Side by side. All right, I'm gonna need somebody to go. Somebody's gonna have to go or get out of the way.
Inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside.
Ooh, 3 wide, make it work.
Still there.
All right, white flag.
Down. White flag. 1 more lap to go.
Oh, there he is, right up there.
Still
Oh,
there.
can we get there? We're hammered down right
Still
here.
there. Still there. Still there.
14 car, you better give me some room, is all I can tell you.
Clear inside. The next
We
car
are
is
coming
clear.
through. Oh, I can't get the car to turn. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him. So close. I needed another lap.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
I needed one more lap. I think we could have got him.
Great job, buddy.
Oh, we were so close. That was fun. That was fun. Again, it was a different experience. We started from the back, and this time we were able to move through the field. Completely through the field. Wow. We were a third of a second behind him. I mean, you can see me back here. He just ran away with this. If we're not in this race, look at the lead he had. And that's Dover. That's a lot of times that's exactly how it plays out. And then a lot of lap down cars. I like it. I like it. There was traffic everywhere. And that was working to our favor. That is the reason why we were able to run him down as quickly as we were. So that was a lot of fun. Maybe that 102% we talked about at the beginning wasn't so far off. But yes, I will take that. Now, I don't want that for every race. But every once in a while, it's fun to have these, especially when they're very unexpected. So that is going to do it for Dover. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And stick around for more in our 2003.